Assalamualaikum. Today yesterday we have completed we completed articles yesterday, and today we are going to start pronouns and the forms of pronouns. So there are different types of pronouns. We had discussed in the first class of this grammar in the first day. We had initiated a brief introduction of the different parts of speech, and we had talked about pronouns. As you all know, pronoun is a word that's used in place of a noun. Though that means you need not to use a noun repeatedly, rather you can use a pronoun to replace that noun. So here we'll first, for example, so there are different uh, first let us Shahid is a teacher. Okay, Shahid is regular and punctual. So here I have written two sentences. Shahid is a teacher, and second sentence is Shahid is regular and punctual. So we can rewrite this in another way, that is Shahid is a teacher. Instead of using Shahid, we can use he is regular and punctual. He is regular and punctual. So instead of Shahid, I used he. That means the person we are talking about is Shahid, and I have used first I have used mentioned his name Shahid, and second in the second sentence I skipped his name and used he instead. So here he stands for Shahid. So he is a pronoun. He is a pronoun. A word that's used in place of a noun or replaces a noun is a pronoun. You all know. Now, um, a pronoun is a word used instead of a noun. Okay. So there are, for example, I will use through an example. I will make you understand. I am young. Okay. You are young. Okay.
What are you doing?
Class. He, and secondly, he or she is beautiful. Okay. Now we are young. They are young. Okay. Oh, I'm young. You are young. She's beautiful. We are young and they are young. So here we have used different forms because I, you, he, we, she, they stand for persons. They stand for persons, and because instead of mentioning the names, I means Shahid, you means you lamb, and you may be a singular or it may be a plural. I may be speaking of one person or two or three persons. He or she, a girl or boy, is beautiful, or a boy is handsome and a girl is beautiful. So we use instead she is beautiful, he is handsome, and we are young. That means more than one person, and they, that means the people we are speaking about, usually a third person, and in plural form. So they are. So here these all stand for, actually the crux is that they all stand for persons, so they are called personal pronouns. They are called personal pronouns. Okay, so I, we, you, she, it, they, etc. They're all because they stand for three persons. Okay, now here there certain things you need to remember. Uh, Now, personal pronouns can be the person speaking. That means the one who is actually speaking. Second, the person or persons you are speaking to or spoken to, whom you are talking, spoken to. Okay, and third is the person or persons spoken of. That means about whom we are talking, and but the person who is speaking, the person who is actually speaking, I am speaking. Secondly, the person you are speaking to, that means your audience. He may be one person, he may be more than one person, and the person are persons you are speaking about. You're speaking about, he's not present there, but you're speaking about them. So they are free. The pronouns, now speaking about the pronouns of I, that means I. When I use I, that means I am speaking. I, we, that means I means we. We means we, more than one person who are speaking, who are actually speaking here, who are speaking. So I, we, I, and we denote persons, person or persons speaking. That means they are the people who are speaking. I and we. I like you. I want to go to. Uh, I want to go somewhere. So when the moment the word I comes, this pronoun comes, that means it's actually the person who is speaking. And we means we want to. We crave for you. Uh, Etc, etc. So here the word we, personal pronoun, is the persons actually speaking, but they are not just one, they are more than one. Okay, the persons are persons speaking. Okay, the second is they are called first person. Okay, they are called first person. Now, this first person, that means first person means the person who is actually speaking. So first person may be singular, first person may be singular. I is first person singular and we is first person plural. Person speaking, but this is just one person speaking, this is more than one person speaking. That's why this is first person singular. This, the person speaking is first person, and if he is single, it means first person singular. If it is more than one, then it is first person plural. Second is the person or persons spoken to, whom you are speaking to. For example, your audience, you are talking to somebody. The person you are speaking to are called second person or called second person. But the second person too, maybe you may be talking to one person, you may be speaking to one person, or you may be speaking to more than one person. So based on that, it may be second person singular, and you are talking to one second person. Okay, it may be second person singular, or it may be second person plural. But in both the cases we use the word you. We use the word you. I will write you here. We word the word you. If you're speaking to one person, you'll use you. Are you doing this? And if you speak to more than one person, still use you. That means uh, for the second person singular or plural, you is used both for the second person singular as well as the second person plural. And last one is third person. The pronouns, uh, the pronouns, okay, which denote he, she, and they. There are only three, okay, uh, which denote person or persons, person or persons spoken of. That means are called third person. Third person. Okay, so the pronouns we, she, and they spoken of, about which, about whom, sorry, we are speaking. We are, for example, you and me are talking. I am talking to you. I am talking, speaking. So I am first person. You are listening. I'm talking to you. You are listening is the second person, and the people we are talking about, they are not present. They are not actually in the participation, or they are not participants in our conversation. They are the third person. We are speaking about them, so they are the third person. But they may be one person, or that is third person. They may be one person, he or she. He and she are third person singular. But here you have to remember, if we are talking about a girl, we have to use she. If we are talking about a boy or a man, or we are talking about female, uh, it's entirely a matter of sex here. If we are talking about the female, we have to use she, and if we are talking about male, we have to use he. And if we are talking about male or female, but more than one person, then we have to use they. They. So that's third person plural. Third person plural. So uh, I think this is enough for today. You have got now an idea of personal pronouns. The personal pronouns, that is the the nouns, pronouns that are used, which are used instead of persons. So they may be first person. They may be used for first person, singular and plural, that's I and we. They may be used for second person, that's for singular person, that's you. And they may be used for third person, singular, that means he for the male and she for the female, and or plural, third person plural, that is they. It's enough for today. I hope you have understood it, and inshallah we will be meeting again tomorrow with another topic. We'll carry on the discussion on the same topic, personal pronouns. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.